Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Get Wrecked, a podcast about 19th century train disasters. I'm your host, Patrick Dean, and I'm here as always with my co host and best friend, Clayton Smith.
Hello.
Clayton. How was
What?
your week?
I went to a winery yesterday.
Oh,
So pretty good.
They still let you in those things?
They we went to a new winery we'd never been to before, actually. Yep. I can't
I
go
snuck behind the
back.
counter and I pulled one of those posters down that was like a sketch of my face, and it was not a big deal.
And they didn't say anything.
Yeah.
They didn't say boo. So that was fun. I'll tell you. You know what? Actually, we had a great weekend. So we did that. I have a cousin who lives outside of DC, and we met halfway, which is about an hour for each of us. And we went on a cave tour at Luray Caverns. Yeah, and
Okay.
he's got three little kids, and two of them are 2-year-old twins.
Oh,
So it was a good reminder that other people's lives are worse than mine.
did he like sneak off at some point to just throw himself into the cave?
we had to make sure, like, before we went in, we're like, the railings are good, right?
I've seen a lot of those families where they keep like the really rambunctious kid on a leash. That seems like the kind of family where you keep the dad on one of those leashes. Like, don't you dare! Don't you dare! I don't think so. I know that
once.
train looks really inviting, but you're staying over here with me.
So we did that, and then I went to the winery, which was great. But then on Saturday, actually, I don't want to brag, but Aaron and I went on a date.
Holy cow! Didn't know that was legal.
We got a babysitter. And actually, we went to there's this local theater. I think I've talked about before, Silverline Theater here in Stanton, and they did this. They did a screening, I guess we'd call it, of the National Theatre of London does this thing where they video record some of their productions, and then you can watch them. I know what you're thinking. That's not the point of that.
I don't want. Spoiler alert. We called those movies later on.
Yes, right. Now, so that's what that is. Now, in the past, those have been terrible to watch because usually it's like a camera, like at the back of the house, and just kind of like filming a stage.
Right.
And that's boring. That's very boring to watch.
Right. You want it more like a concert video. You want
Yes. Cuts and pans and zooms. Boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
Yeah. And they've done that now. The technology. We have the technology.
Okay.
And so we went and we watched a movie, as you would say in your parlance. They did a production of Dr. Strangelove,
Really?
where Steve Coogan
Oh, yes.
plays all of the Peter Sellers roles, and actually he also plays the Slim Pickens role.
Oh,
addition.
really? Oh my gosh.
Now, and it's all done on it's live, like it was filmed, of course, but like it was done live. And so like he's doing all these fucking quick changes and like 9 different characters. It was, and he's wonderful.
Right.
But even for him, I was like, wow, I was impressed. I knew it was going to be good. I know he's great, but I was like, this is incredible, man. And it was fun to like. They did a really good job with the production of it, so it was great. Yeah,
It's wonderful.
and the whole cast was awesome. I don't know any of the other people, but they were really good. How about you? How's your week?
We were in New York. We were
Oh,
in the city that never sleeps, I guess. Is that still the name? They give that name?
I think so. I think that counts still.
Yeah.
You were there. You tell me.
I did not sleep. Correct. Yeah. The city of hotel rooms so shitty you cannot sleep in them. That was where I stayed.
Okay, there's Midtown, man. Midtown. Which hotel were you in?
We were in. There was like a cluster down there on 39th. There's like a Hyatt and a Holiday Inn and a Hampton.
Yeah, I know.
Just
I know exactly where that cluster is. Yeah.
So we were in that cluster.
That's fine.
It was fine. It was 2 blocks to the Port Authority station, and
That's nice.
And so yeah, it was really not that big a deal. So saw all the touristy shit. All the times you and I went to New York, even the times when you fucking lived in New York, we never did any touristy shit.
That's
never.
True. That's true. I didn't do any tourist shit until I started dating Erin, and then she was like, "You should do some touristy stuff." And I was like, "Well, it sounds cool when you say it, right? Because you have a beautiful voice coming from a beautiful face." Yeah, all right, I'm in. And then I realized, like, oh, it's actually great, and it made me wish I had done more touristy stuff in Chicago while I lived there too. So, what'd you think? Well, I want to ask you about you went to Statue of Liberty. What is happening? Is there a train disaster happening in your house?
There is some sort of Russian jet landing in the backyard. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know what that noise is. Jeremy's going to have to do some some clinical research on the
The
filter for
Iranian
that
war
one.
has really spilled over the borders.
You know, it's I was wondering why this house was so cheap. Anyway, what was your question before I was interrupted by some sort of sonic boom?
It's still happening. Statue of Liberty. You went, right?
We did. We went to Statue.
You went up?
We went up. We did not book crown tickets. We only booked pedestal tickets. So we got to get up to the feet, right? You know, kind of the kinky spot, but we didn't get any higher than the kinky spot.
Yeah, you got to the OnlyFans spot.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So
I went to the crown once. It's pretty. It's you have to walk up so many stairs to get there. So you did it right.
Correct.
And the pedestal is huge, and that's impressive just by itself.
Yeah. Yeah. We were pretty satisfied with it. Interesting part though was. Number one, as we're like walking up the stairways, all the it's like 100 and 200 something steps to get up to the pedestal, up to the feet. Amy is of course playing the song from Ghostbusters that they play when they get the Statue of Liberty to start walking. Yeah. So that's
Excellent.
But then as we're going back down the other stairwell to get out of the Statue of Liberty, it's another 200 something steps down, and we get all the way down to the bottom of this, long winding stairwell. And we're met with two doors at the bottom of the stairwell. One of them says something like construction entrance, no one allowed without hard hats, whatever, like a very serious, you will get fucked
warning.
up. Right. The other door of the two says emergency exit only. And I thought,
Because a real Sophie's choice.
Right, because again, we weren't the first people there. There were hundreds of people there, and so at some point, those hundreds of people had come down this stairwell ahead of us and made said choice, but I have no evidence as to which choice they made. So we're standing there in this basically a small hallway with two doors, one either end, debating, well, which do we do? So we went back up one flight of stairs, see if maybe we missed a door. We had not. So we come back down again, and then the next party of people comes down behind us, and of course they're very annoyed New Yorkers. These dipshit Missourians are down here. They get lost in the Statue of Liberty. I said, well, I'll be honest, I don't know which door to go through. This one says hard hats only. This one says emergency exit only. I don't really want to set off the fire alarm in the Statue of Liberty.
Liberty.
That seems
that will put some folks out.
Exactly. And I'm not even sure how they get the fire trucks out to Liberty Island at that point. I don't think that's...
You're just shoveling water from the bay at that point.
They just turn Lady Liberty on and she just starts, scooping up with the big bucket she finds.
Yeah.
So we're just standing there and I said, well, which way would you go? Mr. New Yorker. And they're like, oh, well, I don't know. Let me go back up. And so he goes back up and he comes back down again. And then another party. And eventually there's 30 or 35 people down here in this little hallway. And it's getting to be like the scene from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory where they're in that like increasingly small hallway and they can't figure out where the door is. And eventually he's like, oh, it was this door right here. So eventually Gloria's starting to get claustrophobic. And I said, you know what, Gloria? None of this is our fault. You just open that emergency exit. Just fuck it. If it sets it off, I feel like I have a lot of support here. And so she opened up the emergency exit. No alarms went off. No sirens. No beeping 6 floors away or anything like that. And we just calmly walked out into some sort of like emergency walkway area that then had another very serious looking door that opened up into the plaza, and we were like, okay, fine, that was I guess how you get out of the Statue of Liberty.
Can I tell you why that existed? I know 100%. I know exactly why New Yorkers have accepted that as an acceptable label for a door you can walk out of. Which is, here's a little known fact about New York subways. So when you go to the turnstiles, right, there's a door. There's always a door for wheelchairs.
Yes.
Yep. Right. That the person inside has to open, and then when you come back out through the turnstiles, on the outgoing face of that, it says emergency exit only. Alarm will sound.
Right.
Those are all disconnected. Every single one of them. I have spent much time in New York, and I've seen many people go out those doors. Yeah. They're never connected. I've not seen a single one that actually made an alarm. And so New Yorkers are trained to ignore those signs completely. And so they didn't. So these New Yorkers who are putting these signs up certainly did not think about this. They were like, yeah,
Right.
I'll put this up here. This is an exit sign.
Yeah.
By saying emergency exit only, alarm will sound. Yeah, that's how people know how to get out.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. I guarantee they didn't bat an eye at it because that's just every day in New York.
So anyway, that was literally like 5 minutes into our trip to New York. And I thought, well, guys, it's hopefully going to get less complicated from here on out.
Oh man, that's good. What was your favorite part?
The walking. I really like the walking.
It's nice.
I'm a big fan of walking.
Big walking fan. There's so much to see there.
There really is. Yeah, family did not like the walking. Family very, very vocal about the pace. Very vocal about the pace.
You can't let that drag you down, though.
Well, literally, I did. So,
you texted me once that you found this really kind of local bagel shop for breakfast.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, they
remember the name of it? I couldn't remember it.
Panera. It was Panera.
Is that how you pronounce
Times
it?
Square. It was in Times Square.
Yeah.
Panera. Panera. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was Italian, I think. It's New York, right? So
yeah, right.
It looked great. Looked great from the outside. Went in there, very familiar, very homey.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
So ate breakfast there every day.
I told Erin that you went to Panera, and the look of disgust on her face when, first of all, she learned that you had gone to Panera while you were in New York for bagels, but then when I told her it was in Times Square, like it just got even worse. Like she's just like, there's a Panera in Times Square now, and Patrick went to it.
And just to be clear, that was 100%. We were crossing a street, and I saw there was a Panera, and I joked to Amy like, "Oh, hey, do you want to stop into my favorite little bakery I found in New York?" And she goes, "Please send that picture to Clayton." So I snapped the picture.
So you didn't go in there.
We had no point stepped foot in any sort of chain in New York City. No,
like Patrick, I'm gonna have an aneurysm if you went to. It's really, but it is insult. The idea of a Panera in New York at all, in Manhattan at all, is so insulting.
Yeah.
It's the best bagels in the world. And like Panera's got the gall to show up. Unbelievable. The St. Louis Bread Company. For the people who don't know, St. Louis Bread, Panera is St. Louis Bread Company. It started in St. Louis, but then they did a marketing thing, which is admittedly probably pretty smart, where all the ones, I think outside of St. Louis County.
Everything outside of the county, they did some market research, and they determined that nationally, people do not associate St. Louis with edible. And so they were like, okay, that's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah. And to be fair to their fairness, I think probably when they were launching, that was probably true. St. Louis food scene has come a long way in the last 20 years.
It really has. Bagel wise, New York City, the only bagels we had were at Liberty, and they were delicious.
Okay, that's fine.
Liberty was pretty good.
I'll allow it. Speaking of St.
yeah.
Louis food, so we're as you know, I'm going to see you next week. We're going to St. Louis soon. We're going to go see a movie together.
Oh my
Finally,
gosh.
We're doing a Get Wrecked movie together. We always talk about doing Get Wrecked movies, and now we're finally doing one together. Just
We should
with
totally
no
live
listeners.
blog it. We should live blog this one.
We should live vlog it. We're going to see Project Hail Mary, and we're going to go to dinner first. Aaron and I also have plans to go to Max Local Eats.
Oh, Max is very tasty.
Very excited.
Very, very tasty.
We're going to go to the Science Center at Max.
And the really nice thing is, if you miss New York prices, you'll find them at Max, which is nice to know. So
it's going to feel real homey.
yeah, we're going to pay $24.99 for a hamburger. Well, here we go.
Well, great. Yeah, well, at this rate, we're going on average, I would say once every 6 years. So it
amortize that out. Yeah, and that burger is basically free. So
basically a free burger. Basically, we're making money by spending $25 on a burger for sure. Oh boy.
Well, are you ready to hear about a train disaster from the 19th century?
I got time. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Nope. Hey, can I take over for a second? Just
please.
Sorry, I know this is your show, but I speaking of sound effects, Jeremy sent me a new one that he clipped from last episode. So I don't know if you remember last episode when we talked about I don't remember which character in our train wreck from last week was the one who talked about gobbling turkey cocks.
Oh yes, it was like turkey cock gobblers or something like that.
Turkey cock gobblers. Yeah. Well, Jeremy's here with a clip, and it is. So we got that.
Oh, I appreciate it being in stereo. I appreciate it I really, really needed that.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, July 17th, 1856.
Ooh, it's right in the middle, right in the middle of the 19th century.
Exactly. Dead, almost dead center, really. Near
Oh.
Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. Big
Okay.
old flat area up there. Big old
Okay.
flat area.
Okay.
An excursion train carrying more than 1,000 passengers. Are you,
1,000 passengers.
are you familiar with excursion
Well,
trains?
I was gonna ask, is it like it's like a tourist train? Is it-
Exactly. Yeah.
Or-
It's
this is
yeah.
a train that goes to Iran
Yeah.
because we're currently in an excursion there.
Exactly. This is a train that has already won, but also needs help winning, but has already won. So yeah,
It's a fancy passenger train.
fancy passenger train.
1,000 people?
1,000 people on this excursion train.
How many
so
cars are? That's that's
It's-
crazy.
spoiler alert, should have been more. Many, well, and I guess in their defense, many of these more than 1,000 passengers were children, so they do take up less space.
Okay, yeah, laps and stuff.
Exactly. But unfortunately for them, it collides head on with the steam locomotive traveling in the opposite direction.
Unfortunately for them, they're on this show.
Right.
So, a steam locomotive going the opposite direction.
Yeah. Within minutes, the wooden rail cars splinter, steam and debris fill the air. I'm sure the smell is outrageous.
Listen, this is happening very quickly.
Oh yes, no.
Normally
this
it takes
is
us
our,
a while to get to the train.
Well,
disaster.
and what we're doing, we're setting a scene. We're setting
Okay,
a scene,
okay,
and then we're
okay.
backfilling.
Ah, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Fire spreads through the wreckage, and by the end of the day, more than 60 people are dead. Percentage-wise, is not.
I was going to say that
impressive.
that's
It's
a
impressive.
huge number of people. However, yeah,
Right.
percentage-wise, I don't know. I think that's best case scenario.
The event will become known as the Great.
Cam, no.
It will become known. It will become the. The event will become known as the Great Train Wreck of 1856.
Oh.
Which just kind of goes to show you how awful 1856 was for train wrecks, that they had to had to like start titling.
We have to make sure we know which one is which.
Right, yeah. This is the lesser train wreck of 1856. No, this is the Great Train Wreck of 1856, one of the deadliest railroad disasters in early American history.
Okay.
And today we're going to walk through what happened, why it happened,
Oh,
and what it reveals about early rail systems in the United
what a
States.
fun format this is.
Mhm,
Did you take
indeed.
these notes?
I did not. I will confess, I did not take these notes. These were taken by our video editor, Jen Swanson, who is the most volunteeringest volunteer we have on the show.
Yeah, she does a lot of your notes.
Yeah, she does. I would say all of them. But yeah, these are Jen's notes here. I've read through them 80% of the way, and I'm very impressed so far.
All right. I can't wait to see how it ends.
Well, this show, like that day, began as something simple. A Sunday, a Sunday school excursion. I'm sure you had Sunday school excursions growing up, didn't you?
Wait, this was a Sunday school
a
train?
Sunday school excursion
You really
train.
buried the lead on that one.
Mhm,
I don't
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I guess, mid 19th century, this was not uncommon. You would skip Sunday mass, I guess. I don't know. I assume it's one of these things where you go to mass, probably sunrise type thing.
Yeah, and then
whatever.
you go to school, to church
Exactly.
school. Yeah.
Yeah. And then in this case, you take take you and your big church group and whatever on this excursion train, and you go off somewhere. You have a picnic, picnic lunch, and you probably roll hoops down a hill or wherever the fuck you did in 1856.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Probably just wait for the train to stop overheating for an hour until you can take it back. My assumption.
Okay.
But before the 19th century, before large rail travel, these excursions were very limited in scope and distance. Obviously,
It was carriage excursions.
exactly. It was however many people you could fit in the carriage until the horse died, and then you found a new horse.
And if I know,
came
and
home.
then go back. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So. But the steam locomotive, that opened up all kinds of possibilities.
You can go real far.
We could go picnic in a different county if you wanted to, and we could be back by
Get
dinner.
out of town.
Seriously?
Nah,
Yeah.
nah.
Incredible.
Wow.
Incredible. Just open the mind.
Wow. God did not intend counties to be traversed.
No.
I'll tell you, I don't. This is the devil's work. I don't like this.
He wouldn't have made them if they were.
That's
But
right.
Here we are. So on that morning, more than 1,100 passengers, largely from a church group in the area, boarded the train in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
I mean, 11. That's crazy. Like how?
It,
I don't. A normal, okay, a train car. You've been on Amtrak a lot.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How many people can you fit on like one modern day train car?
Like before I get upset, or
no,
just...
I mean like at capacity.
Like I would say
not 7,
6, 7, maybe 8 people on Amtrak, and I'm including staff at that point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 1,100. This would be an enormous car in my an enormous train in my mind. Hundreds of cars in length.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, but no,
it's like 30 rows. Is that maybe?
I have to imagine. Again, we'll get to the spoiler alert. This doesn't turn out well. But
sure.
I get the distinct impression there is some like chest to back organizing of people on
So it's
this
like
train.
the New York subway of excursion
Exactly.
trains.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
60, 70 years before deodorant was invented, so that's fine. I'm sure they had something for that back then.
Yeah.
Headed to a picnic grove near Middletown, Pennsylvania. So again, not too
Sounds
far,
nice.
but still far enough that it feels exotic.
Yeah.
As exotic as a
Middletown?
different, as exotic as a different town in Pennsylvania could feel. But in general, these things you'd bring picnics. You would do bring games and whatnot. This was your big social event for the week, if not for the month at this point.
Sure.
I can't imagine.
I mean, you're spending all your money on this.
Exactly. All like 3-4 pennies you make that week, you're spending on the fucking train.
Yeah.
And it turns
It comes out of where? Harrisburg?
It comes out of Harrisburg, bound for Middletown.
Let's see. So that is. It's not as far as you'd think.
Is it like downhill? Is that basically where it is?
Yeah. It's 13 miles.
Okay. It's in their defense. This does take an entire day to get there.
Okay.
I don't know how many men are actually pushing the train at this point, but it seems like
It's 13. It's 13 miles by today's roads, which go kind of zigzaggy. I bet there's a train line that goes. It's probably 9 miles.
Mm-hmm. But still, if 1856, how many times have you traveled more than 9 miles away from your home? 0 times. You have
0
never
times.
you have never traveled more than that. You have never traveled beyond the horizon. It's like the Lion King for you. It's everything light touches is mine.
Is where you can walk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then you have to come back before dinner. Anyway, at the for like you mentioned, from modern perspective, 1,100 people on a train, way too many fucking people.
So
on
many
a train,
people.
right?
Yeah.
But at that time, they're still
Still too
figuring
many.
stuff out. I mean, still too many, yes, but
Also, people were smaller back then.
true, yes. Nowadays, we're all like big Swedish men for some reason. I don't really understand it.
Yeah.
But yeah, back then, micro people. But it was also the days before, like that like placard on the door that said no more than X number of people on the train. It was just
That's
basically
true. Fire codes were a thing of the flight of fancy.
Mm-hmm. Fire codes were a thing of as soon as this story ends.
Oh.
So
It's gonna be one of those.
it's going to be a learning story. Passenger cars were usually wood, so probably like a steel frame on axles and whatnot. But everything from the frame up was all wood.
Well, you don't want it to be too heavy.
Exactly, and I bet you want a little bit of air coming through as well.
Air for sure. You want to be able to knock on it. And
I mean, even, some of these cars on this train were even open air, so like truly,
really,
just like the riding in the back of a pickup truck of the 19th century. It's excursion for these guys.
it's like the Santa Claus on the CTA train, the Christmas train on the C. It's just this flat platform. You got a guy just hang this on it in a chair.
Yep. Yep. All the dads sit along the edge so they can grab the kids when they go falling off the sides.
That sounds terrible.
But
Terrible.
Again, the choice is to stay at home in Harrisburg.
Let's go.
Or risk
Go
your
all the way.
fucking life.
Let's do it.
Let's
I'll do
this,
it.
Mom. So they make it to Middletown, no issue.
Oh, good.
Totally cool. Great
Nice.
time, picnic, rolling the little hoops in the grass. Everyone
This
has
one's
wonderful
not a
time.
train disaster. Great.
Right.
Story over.
So see you next week on Get Wrecked. Anyway, on the return though,
Oh, yeah, they do have to go home.
things, yeah, exactly. So, and it's really hard to turn the train around in the field. They find,
Yeah.
but they begin the return after their meal and whatnot in the afternoon. but to kind of take a little step back here to maybe give an idea of why this journey is so ill-fated. I do have to come back a little bit as to how railways operated at this time, because
This is becoming a Christopher Nolan story. It's like,
oh
so,
yes, yes,
wow,
I'm super impressed with Jen's notes here.
This is great. Yeah.
I almost took credit for these notes.
Yeah, I did.
That's how good they are.
Okay, great.
So 1856, this is very much like the cowboy era of train travel. This is very much like we all just agreed on.
There is no more terrifying phrase I think I've heard all month than the cowboy era of train travel.
They all agreed on how far apart the tracks should be, and that was it. That was the whole thing.
Well, it's better than that one train disaster we did in Canada where they had to switch trains because the gauge was different, remember? And that's when they wrecked, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, so even then, not a given. At this point in time, all rail lines were single track. So no double tracks. So if you're heading north, you're on this track. If you're heading south, you're on the exact same track as the train going north.
Not great. Not good.
Yeah.
That's like the Amtrak between Chicago and St. Louis for like 10 years, which was always terrifying.
Yep. And so that's one of the techniques that trains have to avoid catastrophe and to not get on the show is sightings, right? Designated passing locations. Okay, I see smoke on the horizon, or I look at at the timetable and I know, okay, I need to get in this sighting. This guy go. Whatever.
This is why the classic thing is the conductor looking at a pocket watch. That is very important.
Absolutely.
Timetable is very important.
Literally life and death.
Yes.
And then of course, communication. The communication is extremely limited at this time. This is the era of the
cell phone,
of the telegraph.
Oh.
So if
people are
fighting, people are screaming and fighting upstairs. But anyway, let's get back to the show.
They'll sort it.
Yeah, they'll sort it out. We have 45 minutes left here. So if you came into a station and you knew you were going to be late or whatever, you could telegraph ahead. They would work with the conductors. It wasn't a perfect system, but there was a little bit of communication.
Yeah.
Probably not much you want to rely on at all times, but there were opportunities there.
Sure.
But that's really it. Paying attention what time it was, getting into sightings before you got smoked, and telegraph communication as a last resort.
As almost 200 episodes into the show, I would say it's shocking how often that didn't work. But go on.
Well, it's a little bit of, I don't want to call it survivorship bias. What's the opposite?
Final destination bias?
Final destination bias. That's what this show centers on, is final destination bias. We learn about all the things that didn't work, so you don't do them again. But, with these kind of crude methods, it was not perfect, as you mentioned. So miscommunication, not keeping time correctly, whatever, becomes life and death. And this is where the return trip kind of runs into some issues. The return trip, they're delayed leaving the excursion site. You have 1,100 fucking people in your church group, and you're trying to shove them all on this train. You can imagine there's a lot of...
You forgot the stick. So really just like poke him.
My hoop! Let me off this fucker! My hoop! So you can imagine they're not on schedule. They're quite a bit behind. No records as to how far they were behind, because a lot of those records kind of get burned up here in a minute. But a little behind. And so because of that, again, being delayed on a train line doesn't just affect you. It affects kind of everyone.
Because everyone has to be delayed or else bang, bang.
Right, exactly. So, and if you can't communicate, hey, I'm delayed 25 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, all of a sudden you start showing up like a fucking ghost. You shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be there. And this is what happens on the return trip, is you start showing up in places you should not be.
Okay.
So the freight train coming the other direction, the steam locomotive coming the other direction, it's on schedule, right? This guy, he's got the pocket watch. He's
news.
ready.
Yeah,
not great news. Yeah. Of all times to be on time, this was not it. And
Well, and famously, freight trains carry freight usually, so
Right.
probably like a pretty heavy train, probably just barreling along. That's
absolutely,
that's some physics that it's going to be tough to. I bet this is the kind of math problem that I couldn't do to figure out like how much force or whatever, blah blah. But we're
right.
gonna go see Project Hail Mary. I bet Andy Weir could figure it out.
There's actually a chapter on that. Yes.
Yeah,
No. Yes.
a little impressive.
But it's from an engineering perspective. This is an example of what we call an engineering system vulnerability. Basically, a system that is
Okay.
inherently risky.
Yeah,
right.
That's a nice term for it.
The whole old train system. So you've got a shared resource, right? The single
The
track.
track.
So you have no redundancy there or anything like that.
And if once again, if Andy Weir has taught me anything from reading Project Hail Mary, redundancy is everything.
Pretty critical.
It's everything.
Pretty critical here.
Uh-huh.
Everyone in this story wishes redundancy had been on the menu. Independent operators, right? You have trains that have no knowledge of each other. They're independent actors in this on this shared resource.
Yeah.
Limited communication. No way to really tell each other, hey, just so you know, I'm late. Just so you know, I'm not. And no built-in fail-safe. If you see another train coming, that's pretty bad.
It does feel, and I know we've talked about this on the show before lots of times, obviously, but like it's still so crazy that no one thought to try to solve some of these problems.
Yeah.
Like no one thought maybe 2 tracks.
Sure.
Which would I mean, when lucky for us, I guess, because if that would have been the case, we'd only have like 20 episodes and then we'd be done. And here we are, it's a thriving podcast, 200 episodes in, but 194 or whatever. But yeah, that's it. Why?
I think personally,
Yeah,
I think
an engineer's perspective would be
an
helpful,
engineer's
yeah.
perspective. I think I've said this on the show before. Life is so fucking boring in the 19th century. You are willing to take some risks. Okay. I want to go over the horizon. Over the horizon, you say? Yes. Do you realize how dangerous it is to go over the horizon? I do. And I believe
the
it is
light
worth it.
doesn't touch over the horizon? Yes.
Your father went over the horizon, and then I saw a puff of smoke, and I never saw him again. I think it's a large part of that. It's also a large part of, if it works okay for a few months, you get that false sense of security of, well, yeah, everyone is going to be honest actors. Everyone is going to always be on time.
Yeah, in 1856, like a few months is like half your lifespan.
Sure.
So you're like, it's worked for half my lifetime. Why wouldn't it work for the next half?
I'm 24 years old. I'm playing with house money at this point. It does not matter. So again, coming back to our return train.
Yes.
We're late. We're 25, 30 minutes late, whatever.
So late.
The freight train, the steam locomotive, passes the siding. The siding that he is expecting to see the excursion train in. The excursion train is scheduled to be sitting in the siding, waiting for him to blow past.
Okay, now this is interesting. Maybe you'll get, but like I'm the freight train.
Right.
I pass it and I think, whoa, wow, that train's not there. And then I think, well, the train's not past there because I didn't hit it yet.
Right.
So I'm gonna hit a train.
Right.
So
this is where physics chimes in.
Okay.
As soon as he clears the siding and realizes, I'm going to make the same realization Clayton's going to make. There's no train in that siding. I bet
this is a problem.
This is a problem. I bet. And at that moment, he comes around the bend and he is face to face with the excursion train.
Oh no!
Going full speed downhill.
They were so close.
With no opportunity to avoid said excursion train.
Oh, no.
The braking systems at this point were,
well,
not great. Let's just say.
You imagine, like, the conductor on the excursion train is probably like, gotta go fast. Holy shit, we gotta get
to make the siding.
We
so
gotta go so fast.
Yeah.
And so he's probably fucking booking it. So he's probably going faster he's ever gone before. And he almost made it.
So close.
But to his detriment, he was going so fast.
so fast with, 1,100 people behind him. Just
Quite a few children.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The majority. It may even be. So I mean, just not great for anyone involved.
The good thing is children are bouncy. Their bones are not fully formed for a long time.
I mean, according to the numbers here, the vast majority survived this.
Yeah. So that's
a lot of them.
Real good.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Obviously, the impact is catastrophic. You know, there's really no other way to put it. It is, two bombs going off right on top of each other.
Well, this is what I was. So like, one of my favorite things about the show is like when you tell me like what's an analog to like how can I as a non-engineer, someone who doesn't really understand the physics of things, you're always so good at like coming up with analogies. So what is it like?
So a freight locomotive at
and
this
use
time,
one you haven't used before. Because,
sure, of course, yeah.
Okay.
Well, then I can't use the elephants.
No,
can't use your mom.
No, but that was classic.
That was pretty good.
That's our most popular episode, by the way.
Yeah. So the amount of energy in each of these trains, I'm going to estimate they're probably about the same weight because one of them has. They don't mention what's in the freight train exactly, but I imagine it's a lot of stuff. The other one has 1,100 souls going as
souls are
going as
so
fast
heavy.
as a fucking DeLorean trying to go back in time. It's
88 miles per hour.
Roughly akin to you picking up your house and dropping it from space. That's roughly about it, and then doing that twice because the other one's also gonna hit it. So
that's pretty bad.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. So the effect was immediate.
I bet.
The freight train really just had the engineer is the only passenger on it. There's not a passenger.
I bet he doesn't do well.
They did not mention like names of the 60.
Yeah,
I gotta believe.
Imagine.
I gotta believe being on the nose of that collision.
He's right in the front. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't even think he gets to see what happens here. I think they're picking other pieces of the other train out of him to this day.
And vice versa.
Yeah. The front three cars of the excursion train collapse into each other, which is it's a phenomenon known then as telescoping.
I was going to say accordioning. So their word is better because accordioning is hard. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
I feel like telescoping is also very descriptive. I feel like it's the sort of thing that like someone in the middle of experiencing it is like, you know what this is kind of like?
It's kind of like although I would say telescope, telescoping is like taking the small thing and going longer.
Oh, this is de-telescoping.
De-telescoping?
Hey, look.
Telescoping?
I don't write the stories, okay? That's just what it is. So the first three cars telescope into each other, which again, I believe
it does paint a picture.
I believe is not great for any of the people in cars 1 or 2.
Or 3, I would guess.
3 probably.
They are like Russian dolling.
But yeah, everyone in cars 1, 2, and 3 is now in car 1, 2, 3. So
is now in car 6.
Yeah,
because that's math.
Everyone behind there was derailed and mercifully, I think.
Sure,
probably.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised that it only was 3 cars that sardined each other. That's I think a blessing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm sure that's what the people in car 1, 2, 3 were thinking of.
Yes, thank you for this blessing, Lord. Amen.
But then shortly after the impact, fire breaks out because, of course, you have 2 steam engines, red hot, full of burning coal.
Everything's on fire and internally, and then now it's external.
Boom, externally. And oh, hey, everything is made of wood because we were pretty lazy about how we put this whole thing together.
Yeah, I mean, again, like what are they? They're not going to make they don't have aluminum yet, I assume. Right. That's not going to be like, I don't know.
Aluminum wasn't discovered until World War II. I don't know if anybody's aware of that.
I don't know, but I do know that's what the spaceship is made out of. Thanks again, Andy Weir and Project Hail Mary. I imagine it's pretty light because I have aluminum foil and it's pretty light, and if it can get to space, probably pretty light. It's like cast iron. Like we have 2 options: we can make this train out of wood or cast iron.
Yeah,
and cast iron is so heavy. So I think wood is the right
We could
one.
barely fit 900 people in a cast iron train. You don't want that. Nobody wants that.
But having, in hindsight, they're like, God, that cast iron train would have
Mm-hmm.
obliterated that other train. We would have been fine.
Can you imagine how cool that would have looked?
Oh, man. It's like a axe splitting firewood at that point. Just blast.
So fire quickly spreads throughout the wooden cars. Not great for anybody who's not super ambulatory at this point, obviously. I don't know if that was an appropriate
I think it might be.
soundbite.
That's like a soundbite that's now what it is, oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
Okay.
That felt appropriate.
We may need a few more episodes to let that one grow on me, but that's for now. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So obviously the scene here with fire racing through the cars and bodies strewn everywhere becomes more than a little chaotic for anybody trying to escape said scene, because now you can't see anything. Cars that are still intact are now full of smoke. There's bodies all over the place. I can imagine. I don't have any photos here, obviously, because this is in ancient times. But
Sure.
I can imagine, say, the chairs on the train weren't the bolted down benches of today. They're more than likely lawn chairs sitting on a
just like placed carefully.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me, I believe you're in my row. I have the seat for the 12A lawn chair, window seat. So if you could please just unfold that and let me put my lawn chair right here. I appreciate it.
I will say it is. Gosh, how do I say this with tact? The bodies of children are so easy to step over.
Mm-hmm. True.
So you've got that going for you.
Cool.
It's not like there are like 900 adults lying on the ground where you're like, I can't move. It's like, oh, nudge. Excuse me, small body. I'm going to walk myself out. Really nice.
As a 40-plus-year-old man who has taken some spills after that 40-year-old birthday and been completely unable to move after doing things like that. I took a fall on the ice 2 years ago, whatever. I was trying to be silly with one of the kids and
we talked about this on the show.
Pantomiming, kicking them, and I fell and I hit my tailbone and knocked the wind out of me and thought I'm going to die in front of my children at a municipal fucking ice rink. And then watching my other kids, just like run headlong into a table, and as long as they're doing something more interesting at that moment, they're like, it's fine, it's totally cool, and just bouncing off of it.
Yeah.
I get a feeling the kids are going to be a little resilient here. Not all, obviously.
Rubbery.
Yeah.
Their bones are not fully formed.
True. So I think a lot of those kids, popcorn around the cars and then just go on their merry way.
Woo! That was awesome.
Can we take the other train home though? Because this one is on fire. So again, dozens injured. It says here dozens injured. I've got to imagine everyone is fucking injured on this
Thousands
train.
Injured.
Yes. 60 dead, 1,100 minus 60 injured. That's
yeah.
You have a train absolutely barreling along that is made of popsicle sticks, and you run into a locomotive. You're not feeling great.
Your options are telescoped or derailed. I don't think you're doing okay. Absolutely not.
So of course, as in all these accidents, immediately the attention goes to what went wrong. Who, the blame storming session is what I call it.
Yes. Famously.
So, and of course, as we mentioned before, combination of factors: the delayed train for the excursion train, miscommunication between the crews. If there was an opportunity to radio ahead or telegraph ahead, hey, just so we're going to be a little behind here. We won't make this sighting, etc. And then just the whole single track system in general, obviously.
Yeah, I would say that's the big one. Like, and that keeps coming up in these episodes. This is like, hey man, how many trains have to have disasters where you're like, should we build like a separate track?
Yeah,
like it's crazy.
So again, responsibility difficult to assign to one individual person here. It's more of a
Sure.
systemic error.
Yeah.
But really, the system itself is really what allowed the whole thing to occur. So over time, after incidents like this, this one specifically because it was so great,
In terms of cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
and loud.
Yeah. It telescoped 3 cars.
So
Metal.
this was one of the big disasters that led to stronger rail car construction in general, making it out of things other than balsa or whatever it was. But better scheduling controls, more relaxed schedules, improved signaling methods.
We've done so many stories that took place before 1856. It's crazy it took this one to be like, we should look at this, but it's good. I'm glad, I guess, that they're finally like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But just like this could have happened 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They had to wait till it happened to the coastal elites. And then...
Yeah. The Pittsburgh elites. Our fanciest, best people. Pennsylvanians.
So, that is the
What is it, Patrick?
Sorry, I was scrolling right to this, and that was the Great Train Wreck of 1856.
That is a great train wreck. You got it right.
Yeah, that was just an unbelievable failure in every way. And yet still so exciting. Which is really
they're all
why we continue doing this show.
Yeah, I think so. It's the most macabre thing we could possibly do, but it is pretty exciting.
Yeah, well, and it's important, not to kind of retread the entire show here, but it's critical here that we limit ourselves to 19th century train disasters because that allows us to laugh at them.
Yes.
Right. If we did 20th century train disasters, we can only laugh at the ones like up to 1945.
I mean, I wouldn't
Not even
go
there
to World War II. No,
okay, that's fair.
I don't think so.
So again,
because they took trains to the concentration camps. I don't think.
Okay, so
we don't get in there.
39. Yeah. Let's just
39. Yes, for sure. And also, I feel like if we did more modern train disasters, the merch wouldn't move.
It's true. Yeah,
people love the merch because it's got the 19th century aesthetic.
Indeed, it does. Most of it's made of burlap.
Luna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy.
So, any questions? Thoughts?
I guess no questions or thoughts, except no questions, but yes, thoughts. I don't. No, I guess not.
We wrapped it up with a nice little bow there at the end.
Well, so it's just one of the weaknesses of this show is like every story ends in a disaster, and so I've asked versions of this question 150 times plus. At this point, it's just like, I'm good. I get it. Seems great.
Well. Get Wrecked is a production of Smith Show Media. All the notes were not taken by me this week. They were taken by Jen Swanson. Thank you, Jen. All the funny jokes were from Clayton Smith. Our audio editor is Jeremy Montoya. Our video editor is Jen Swanson. Thanks again, Jen. Our social media manager is Jen Jones. Our merch is designed in collaboration with Stephen Luna and Fox and Quill Studios. And next week, we'll continue our look at 19th century railway disasters with a breakdown of the Tay Bridge accident. And we'll see you then.